hit refresh.
Broadcast is live, it says.
Woo! We're live. Did we actually make this happen?
Yes.
We should be live on the Living with Ease page. How awesome is that?
That is amazing.
Ooh. So, hello everyone. We're so excited because this is the first time we've done a Facebook Live with like 3 of us.
I know, it's so much fun, isn't it? So, hello, John. Hello, Amanda.
Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
These two magical technical whizzes. I'm just lucky I just get to come in and, come in and play. Yeah, so cool. So what are we going to talk about today? Being You rocks.
Being you. So, yeah, it was interesting because the other day, so I basically roped Wendy and John into doing this because I was having this amazing chat with John the other day, and we realized that actually the first ever Access class John did was a Being You one day class, and it was the class that we did at my mum's property with you, Wendy, and it was, I think it might have even been like a Being You, Being Magic one day adventure. I just wondered if that was I can't recall exactly.
I think it was a one day though, wasn't it? My face is half in and half out. It was a one. It doesn't matter. Anyway, is it getting worse? Oh yeah.
Go the other way.
Go the other way. It was a one day, I think, wasn't it, John?
Yeah. It was a one day. It was a Being You one day adventure.
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure. Let's do it.
Yeah. So how did you so it was so cool because Amanda was just reminding me again about, with you and how you'd just come out of the army and then all of a sudden into a Being You class, and it was so amazing because there's no prereqs and it's really just about that energy. What if you were never wrong?
Yeah.
I'm still
and I love that story, John. I was hoping you would actually tell a little bit the story, how, like what you were saying to me the other day about, how you were leaving the Air Force, and will you just sort of tell us that a bit?
Yeah, I'll pick it apart a little bit. So leaving the Air Force after 14 and a half years through a medical discharge. And it was interesting to sort of go from that linear, everything sort of structured to sort of, once I was in the process of leaving and actually left it, there was a lot of questions there, like who was I and what would I like to sort of do now? And that particular class just sort of matched the energy. Something not, I guess, not the best way to say it, but there was just something about the class that I was drawn to. So I was just like, because I had those questions like, who am I, what am I, and what am I actually doing now? Because I guess when you leave the Defence Force having that kind of structure for a while and your identity is in your rank, you don't know what you are basically. It's easy to lose that identity, or it puts you into question and asking these questions because for so long you've had that as a bit of a backup or a shell. So that class kind of just drew me into sort of, I wonder what that is, because me as a person, I like the adventure and like the question and change and choice. So it's just, I can't.
Yeah. That's so cool, John. And we were so cool. We didn't say anything. We let you talk. 2 women.
For like 2 minutes, we let you talk.
We let you talk. It is. It's interesting that, isn't it? It's the same. I remember even the same with nursing. You have all of like your identifications of who you are or whatever rank you are, and then all of a sudden you open into a Being You class, and it's like, wow, who am I? And what would I like to choose? What do I desire to have in my life? How much fun would I like to have and be? And so grateful. I'm just so grateful for everyone that's like choosing, isn't it? Like
it is, and it's just like I just sort of it brought me back to that time where it's like you don't get that space to ask those questions, or you sort of almost fear asking that question because it takes a lot to sort of actually go, well, who am I? Because that's a scary thought. There's something there that just like that fear or that block, because if you're not this, then what am I? And it's like, I don't know. And then you just avoid it. So the class just gives you that space to actually, I guess, start looking at that, and you're with people, and obviously you and her UB is such an invitation, because it's like, oh, this crazy lady totally gets it. Like I can have a chat with her, and so it's just the invitation at UB too, which is so different.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. And it was so funny, like I was even on a call this morning, and it was just really that one of just like, yeah, and gosh, I don't even know who I am these days, but hey, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, truly, it does, yeah, as well. It's, you know, you just know you're evolving and moving and creating and following the energy, and basically, what if you knew you were never wrong? I just love that question, you know, that you're never wrong. You're never wrong. You're never right. You're just having fun.
You get to choose on a daily basis who you are, and that's such a freedom, you know. And people, like, I know previously I never had that, because it's just you have to be this, or I'm a father, I'm a corporal in the Air Force, or I'm a defense person, or I'm a medically discharged person, so I have to, you know, be broken and, you know, not sort of do anything with the rest of my life because I'm, you know, I have to be the victim.
Yeah, and it's so funny too, isn't it? That one of like. And if, you know, in those sort of areas like the army or the nursing or any profession really, isn't it, Amanda? It's like, and if you're actually having too much fun and you're being a bit silly and whatever, you know, like it's like, no, this is serious shit. You know what I mean? You know, you can't be mucking around and, you know, that, you know, you look to be silly, and how much we've bought that in our lives, you know, that whole form and structure.
Well, I know in my career, I often got into trouble for, you know, having not too much fun, but just being different and laughing and enjoying myself. Like, you know, I don't care. It's just, it's not normal to be happy, or, you know, to sort of have fun like this.
That's so true.
Yeah, I know. We're both laughing.
We're changing. We're changing the world.
Yeah. And I honestly, I just thought this was.
Oh yeah.
And you know what else I've got? You know what else I've got from that class, Wendy?
Yeah.
Do you remember you gave us these?
Oh,
you gave us these little.
Oh,
you said these are your little special bags, and what you have to do is write down things that you've created, like acknowledge things that you've created, and write them down, and put them in, and put them in your little bag. And this is actually John's. I'm still.
Oh, you're just breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just I forgot about that.
I thought we just.
Yeah, are you still there, Amanda?
No, she's frozen. I'll just see what I can do here.
Yeah. It's,
yeah.
What's happened?
There we go. You're back.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, I was just showing this. He has these little stars where he's written stuff, which is so cool, because one of the other things we were talking about was how oh, sorry, John, what were you going to say? And I'll say my.
I just was going to say, just pull one random one out and see what it says, and if it's light, share it. Otherwise, don't. See
if it's G-rated.
Yeah.
Oh, you have here, like, I got awesome customer service from Telstra and had a modem delivered within 20 hours. That's pretty much a miracle. I think you're like, write down the miracles in your life. So it's like little ones, big ones.
That's cool. That is.
You got customer service from Telstra. That's a miracle, all right. So,
yes, it is.
But it was so cool because you were like really part of like really embracing being you is acknowledging everything that you've created in your life. And I think one of the big things for John was realizing that all the things that he'd created in his life in the Air Force and all the, like, you have so many cool stories, John, about like little like cool things and ways that you maneuvered and created there, that it's like just because this part of his life has changed, it doesn't mean all that he was capable of has gone. And I think that's a story that everyone can really relate to. Sometimes when we like have big changes in our lives and we think like, or we lose this part of us that we thought was our identity, we think we've lost us, but that's not actually true. And I loved how you were saying, John, you know, the Being You classes were like a space for you to not only ask some like different questions, but also to really like have space to be like, yeah, well, who am I? And start living from, oh, I have all this that I've already created, and if I can create that, what else can I create? So it just is a platform for a really different conversation. And it's funny for me because I'm probably, out of the three of us, I'm the person who has never had like a career. Like Wendy, you did nursing for a really long time. John, you're in the Air Force for 14 and a half years, and I've probably never had a job for more than 2 years. Like more than 2 years at a time. And so I thought I was wrong because I wasn't finding my niche and where I belonged. And I thought that my interest in different things and always changing and not ever having a fixed idea of what I wanted to do or who I wanted to be, that was such a problem. And I even found in my grandma's diary when we were cleaning out the house, she was like, oh, Amanda's just telling me about this other course she's studying. I wish she'd just pick something and settle down. And I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone's waiting for me to figure it out and settle down. And actually, what if, none of that's relevant and it's not significant and it doesn't mean anything. And actually being you is this magical world of a totally different way you can function in the world. And so I was really grateful for the Being You classes, because it really, you have the space and you're looking at, okay, what is brilliant about me and how many different ways can I play with that in my life every day.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's so beautiful.
Something else I got out of the class was like being me wasn't one thing. So like, even though I had that career in the past, what if in the future I had lots of little things that I could choose on a daily basis? So now I've got quite a lot of little different projects that I work on and I get to play with on a daily basis, and that is that excitement, that adventure kind of way of life that I love, which I did get that in the Air Force, but now it's just it's like it's on steroids. So it's sort of, how does it get better than that?
Yeah, it is so cool, isn't it? Because we each and every one of us is so incredibly unique. And like, if we can actually really get that, like, we're so unique. And so it's different for everyone. And it's like really choosing what's going to work for you each day, and also having that connection and communion amongst us, but not having to do it someone else's way, just doing it the way that works for you, which I love. So, and in that is acknowledging the difference that we be, then we get to really play with all of that energy, which is, so I'm excited. And our next one that's coming up is,
Wendy has some Being You, it's like COVID can't stop us, we're getting out there. So Wendy has so on the shivers, I think it's the 8th of August now, 7th of August in the evening.
Yes.
There's a Being You Being Magic intro online.
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to the 2-day weekend Being You adventure. So that's over 2 full days on the 8th and the 9th of August.
Yes. And it's all online. So, we can't I'm not flying to Perth at the moment, but, we can all get online and have some fun. And, So,
so originally this class was going to be live in Perth, but now there's a pop happening in Perth. So that's like a live hosted party. And that's going to be happening there, so you can join in that way, which is great, because then you can get together and actually be in a room with people while you're doing the class online with Wendy. And this is an all over the world party of Being You. So it starts on the 7th, I think 9 p.m. Brisbane time, 7 p.m. Perth time. That's a Friday night for us anyway, and then the weekend starts. And I would just highly recommend, especially I think in COVID times when people are really questioning just about everything about their reality and what is my future going to be. And the gift really of Being You is that you get to create the future that you want to have. And it's less about all the external things and what, finding answers out there or finding where you fit out there, and realize, well, actually you're the one with the power in your hands. And I think that is a huge gift to have at this time. So
yes, that alone, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And just a a ping out too for Linda Reeves in Perth and Carol Danes. They've been doing some magic over in Perth. And anyone else as well who would love to have a pop in Queensland or any of the, oh, you can't see all the Australia behind me, but
somewhere in there.
Somewhere there. Yeah.
No, the other way.
Go that way. Ah, there you go. See all the wonderful states of Australia. You know,
and anywhere in the world.
And anywhere else in the world. Yes. So thank you so much, you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for coming on and sharing your story, John, because I just love it. It's just been magic to see. I was so grateful to be there and see how it really gave you these possibilities that you're actually looking for, but you didn't have the tools before. And I mean, that was 3 years ago. I mean, life today is unrecognizable, basically, from what it was then.
And I'm still grateful. It's been 3 years, but even after that conversation, it's kind of got me to realize just how much I could be choosing more and sharing, and I haven't been doing that. So, no, I'm not wrong. It's just, oh, cool. So what can I choose now?
Yes, John. Yes, John.
And then
yes, one day a week, Facebook Live with John telling about his stories.
Actually, we do have some secret works in the plans. Secret plans in the work.
Yes.
Yes. So there's going to be some fun stuff coming up that we're excited to share. Cool. Anyway, thanks so much, Wendy, and thanks, John, for coming on. And I'm really looking forward to this class. And like, if the class isn't the thing for you, get the Being You book. It's like it has so many things in it. Dane has a wonderful. I mean, as the creator of the Being You stuff, he's just phenomenal.
Just that's exactly right. This man called Dr. Dane here, who actually wrote the book. We better give him a plug. And he actually as well. Check it out. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
See you, John. See you, Amanda.
Bye.